You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Morant could be in hot water with the NBA after another video involving an apparent weapon has surfaced on social media. The Grizzlies suspended their star guard from all team activities on Sunday after an Instagram Live video from the account showed Morant in a car holding what appeared to be a weapon. While the video was deleted from the account, clips of it spread on social media that morning. Quote, "We are aware of the social media video involving Morant. He is suspended from all team activities pending league review. We have no further comment at this time." The video comes more than 2 months after Morant posted an Instagram Live on March 4th, in which he brandished a weapon while at a Shotgun Willie's strip club in Glendale, Colorado. Morant, who went to counseling program in Florida after March video, was suspended 8 games by the NBA, and it could be much worse this time around. Quote, Morant is facing a very real possibility of a lengthy suspension at the start next season. PN NBA analyst Jalen Rose, who writes the Renaissance Man column for the Post, speculated that Morant could receive a 20 to a 25 game suspension. Quote, "We are aware of the social media post involving Morant and are in the process of gathering more information." That was stated by NBA spokesperson Mike Bass on Sunday. Glendale police investigated the March incident but stated, quote, "There was not enough available evidence to charge anyone with a crime." After his suspension was announced, Morant had a sit down interview with Rose on ESPN in which he stated that the weapon from the March 4th video did not belong to him. Quote, "It's not who I am. I don't condone any type of violence, but I've taken responsibility for my actions. I'm going to show everybody who Ja really is, what I'm about, and change the narrative that nobody got painted over me." The NBA Commissioner Adam Silver condemned Morant for flashing a weapon in the March 4th video. Quote, "Ja's conduct was irresponsible, reckless, and potentially very dangerous. It also has serious consequences given his enormous following and influence, particularly among young fans who look up to him. He has expressed sincere remorse for his behavior. Ja has also made it clear to me that he has learned from the incident and that he understands his obligations and responsibilities to the Memphis Grizzlies and the broader NBA community extended well beyond his play on the court." The new video is the latest concerning incident involving Morant, who, according to the Washington Post, was accused of fighting a teenage boy and injured him in the head during a pickup basketball game at the Memphis guard's house last summer. The boy alleged that Morant then went into his house and came back out with a weapon visible in his waistband of his pants. The two-time All-Star also allegedly threatened the head of security at the Memphis Mall last summer in a parking lot altercation. He returned from his suspension on March 22nd and played in 8 games down the stretch of the regular season. He then played in 5 of the 6 games in the second-seeded Grizzlies' first-round playoff loss to the Lakers, missing Game 2 Memphis win and a hand injury. After the Grizzlies were eliminated, Morant admitted he needed to make better decisions. Quote, "Off the court issues affected us as an organization. Just need more discipline."
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
See, this is the problem. Now, I've spoken about things like this many a times, especially when it deals with the entertainment industry, such as, rap music and other types of imagery directly out there that is specifically pointed towards black men, young black boys, that is specifically about them, or to, paint a type of caricature or a way of life. Right, which is not indicative of everybody's, life of how it is that they grew up, right? And you have the case of Morant, who is a young star, up and coming. He has all of this celebrity. He has all of this around his name. And no matter how far his star is able to shoot, he still has things bringing him down. And that stems from the people who he has around him. What inevitably ends up happening when it deals with some of the black men in the black community who end up amassing, money, celebrity, fame, fortune, all of that stuff. It's the mentality of like, yo, I gotta, carry the whole neighborhood on my back. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And it's admirable. No problem with that. You love your people. If you out here eating, you want everybody else out there to eat. The problem with that is you have to be selective about the types of people that you decide that you want to bring with you, because those same people, you might have changed from that specific situation, from how it is that you grew up, or how you grew up or what you grew up around did not specifically, make you a certain type of man, right? But it might have affected them a different way. So while you're trying to, bring the whole neighborhood, you're trying to take care of people, those people that you grew up with, the people that you are around, the people that didn't get a chance to really grow the way that they should have, are going to still do the same things that they've always done. And they're not going to have the best interest for you. You might be bringing them the money, the fame, the girls, the jewelry, the cars. You might be giving them all this stuff, right? To try to uplift them. But at the end of the day, all of that stuff is not going to educate them. It's not going to make them better men. They're not going to appreciate those things because they didn't do anything to earn it. You just gave it to them. They might be grateful, but realistically, they're not going to care because they didn't have to put in any hard work, dedication. They didn't have to sacrifice. They didn't have to train, right? It's not their face. It's not their body on the line. It's not their health on the line. Like I said before, it comes to a point in time in the black community where we need more positive people to get behind a lot of these young men so that the moment in time that they make it, or even before then, right, raising them with a certain type of value system so that they can know, like, all right, I do love these people, but I can love them but still separate myself, because I can't allow whatever it is that they're doing or whatever actions that they're committed to rub off on me or specifically mess up my situation, because that's what we're looking at. We're looking at the dude receive suspension after possible suspension, missing game after game after game after game. He already came off of a 8-game suspension, and then Jalen Rose stated that we might be looking at 22 to 25. This young man at this moment in time is running a fool's errand. Not saying that he's not intelligent, not saying that he's not smart, but as he even stated, he needs more discipline. He needs more discipline. Like I said, it's tough seeing a lot of stuff like this, because I think I not too long ago I did a video directly on him where he blessed a waitress with some money, or I think it might have been some kids, any which one. But from his own pocket, he sat up there and was giving back. And I'm like, that's a beautiful sight. That's something that we need a lot more of, versus the Morant that we're seeing that's consistently getting suspended for actions that could have, you know, unforetold consequences, right? And again, nobody out here in social media, including myself, we don't know, his friends or whoever's in the videos with him. We don't know who they're associated with, right? So that's another potentiality. That's another variable getting thrown directly in there. And then you're in videos and you're showing off weapons. That's another variable right there. Like I said, you never know what any of these videos could potentially lead to. And then you never know what the people that are in the videos could potentially be saying, right, off social media to somebody else, which might cause a whole nother situation, which then will bring John Morant into a situation he more than likely didn't have nothing to do with. But then now his whole livelihood, his whole career, all of his contracts, all of his endorsements, the team that he's plays for, now all of that is in jeopardy. So now you got the person that is supposed to be, carrying the block on his back. Where's that block when he's down and out? Where's that block going to be at when he don't got that money no more? Where all of those people, going to be at if he needs help paying bills or getting by? Because everything is starting to dry up. Like I said, this is why, a lot of these guys, they got to think smarter. They got to be smarter. And they can't keep falling back into, these types of circumstances, which has inevitably taken, untold amounts of young black men's lives.